Hey folks, Rick Brown here from Bayou Knives again, part 2 of my bushcraft knife build along. I've got it, got the holes drilled in the handle. I've got it rough ground on my bevel with a 36 grit belt, and it's heat treated. I got a propane forge and it's been heat treated, and this is made out of the sawmill blade, and I'm fixing to put the final grind on it, and I'm going to show you how I do that. First off, I got a piece of 1.5" angle aluminum. The reason I use aluminum is it slides better, it doesn't rust dipping it in the water, and the aluminum conducts the heat off of the blade a lot better than steel does, and that gives me a little bit more heat control to keep it from getting so hot. And I just take it and I just line the straight top edge of the blade up. And I just take vice grips, clamp it down. I use 2 to keep it from slipping and sliding. Now, I wouldn't want the U2 safety police to get upset and jump on me and give me a stern warning for not having safety equipment, so I'm putting on my gloves. I got a respirator, I'm going to put it on, and I won't talk then until I stop. Okay, you can see, starting to establish the bevel, and I'm using a 60 grit ceramic belt here, and I'll continue on and do both sides until I get to 2500 grit, and then I'll do my flat grinding. So I'll show you the product when I get to the 2500 grit, and then how I do my flat. Okay folks, I got the edge bevel ground on it, and got it down to the stage where all I'll do next is sharpen it, and I will do the satin finish with Scotch-Brite belt on the 1 inch by 30. And so right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flat sand it. And I got a little tip I want to show about this. First, let me get this tool rest out of the way. What I use, you can go to your hardware store, welding supply store, sometimes Tractor Supply, and pick you up one of these real strong welder's magnets. That's it's got different angles, but what I do then is I take it and I clamp it just like that. Hold that knife, and then let me change this belt. I'm gonna put a 180 on there. Since this is made out of that sawmill blade, I don't want to polish it all the way down, but I want to take some of the black from the heat treating off, but I'm going to leave the pits in there. And you just put it flat against it. Going at a little bit of an angle so I can be sure to just get the handle, the blade part, not much of the handle. And see, I'm just knocking it down. Now, if this was bought 1095 tool steel, I'd be polishing it the whole thing down smooth to 2500 grit. Now you can see it's starting to, right along in here, it's starting to put a little bit of polish on it. See, it's taking it off. I'm not trying to get all the pits out of it. I'm going to leave that on it. And as I change grits, successive grits, I'll change directions in the way that I sand it, grind it. That way I can tell when I get all the grinding marks from this grit out, then I go to the next grit. and I probably won't go but about 700 on this, and leave the black to it. As I said, I'm going to leave the black on it. And I do the back of the blade when I put the handles on, and I run it with the handle material on it. So this is part 2. When I get back to putting the handles on, I'll do part 3, and we'll work it on out from there. And this is Rick Brown, Crowville, Louisiana with Bayou Knives. As I always say, have a great day today and a better day tomorrow. Thank you for watching and visiting.